Okay then, so now what we need to do is we successfully loaded all the informations from the API. So now we need to create this nice list item. Okay, so let's go ahead and create this nice list item. So go to your Visual Studio Code editor and open your place details, because this is where all our place details are getting stored and we are going to alter all those things. Okay, so now what we need to do is, instead of returning this division, I'm going to create a flex from the Chakra UI. Okay, inside this flex, what we are going to do, we are going to fetch all the informations. Okay, so let me add a few styles for this flex box first. And this flex box is going to use the background color. So what is the color we are using for this? For instance, if you have a look at it, it's having this background white color, and it's having this inside this, this is one flex box, complete flex box, and inside and it's having the address. Inside this flex box, this is one flex box, and this picture is one flex box, and this title is one flex box, this rating is one flex box, and this is a flex box, and this is a flex box, this is also a flex box. So we having tons of flex box inside it. So let's get design it. Let's go here, go there, and BG, it's going to be white alpha 900. Then px is going to be, that means x and y axis, it's going to be 4, sorry, x axis, and y axis it's going to be 2. And margin bottom, because we need some space for each and every different cards, and it's going to use the shadow effect, and that shadow it's going to be LG. And direction, it's going to be column only. And align the items, it's going to be start. Everything should be aligned in the start. And justify the content space between. Okay, so these are the things. And inside this, so now we created that main card. If you have a look at it, we're having that main card over here. Then what we need to do is, uh, so if you are saving and refreshing every single time, it constantly fetches the details from your browser. Okay, so that will avoid that will increase the possibilities to complete your per month free quota. If you're finishing your per month free quota, you need to pay $20 and you need to access your APIs. So better what you do, design it completely and then save the changes. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fetch all the informations, then I'm going to save it. Okay, so don't keep on save for every single informations. That will cost you the API fetch informations. Okay, so try to avoid it. So I'm just going to type the informations first what I needed. So I'm just going to create a flex box, one more information. Inside this flex box, justify the content. It's going to be space between, and width it's going to be full. Okay, that's all it's needed. And inside this flex box, I'm going to create one more flex box, and that flex box it's going to take direction as a column direction. Then justify the content start, align the align items start, oops, sorry, start, come on, start. Then width it's going to take full width, and px is equals 2. Okay, then inside this division box which we created right now, we are going to create one more division. Flex inside this flex box, it's going to be align items center, and width it's going to be full, and justify the content it's going to be space between, because inside this flex box we are going to load our text. We are going to load the text. What is it inside this text? First text, it's going to be your place, this place dot name. We are going to load the place dot name, and this is going to have a quite and CSS properties. Text transform, it's going to be capitalize, and right after this width is going to be 40. I'm fixing the width because in sometimes the restaurant name will be too big, so we need to add that it should be automatically uh, stop that very big name. So the maximum width it can go up to it's 40 pixels only. So 40. Then the text need to be truncated properly. If you go and check for text utilities over here, and it's also having the is truncated property, truncate text over here. See, is truncated, so it will automatically add this 3 dot if it is over big. So I'm just going to use this hook for our text property. Okay, go here, place.name. Place.name is nothing but if you expand any one option over here, you can see the name property. This is that name property we are using, place.name. Okay, place.name, width, and then font size, I'm just going to say as LG. Let me break it, and right after here I'm just going to say font weight is going to be 500 and is truncated. Okay, is truncated. And right after this text box I'm going to have one more text box that is going to be text. Enter, and this is going to have the font size as small, and it's going to have the font weight as 500, and this 500, and I think this is also should be inside 500, and color it's going to be gray 500, not 200, 500. Okay, inside here I'm just going to render the place dot, what is the thing, you need to fetch the price. If you search for price, where is the price, here it is, price. Copy the price and paste it over here, price. Okay, now I'm just going to save the changes, save it, and look at that. Now we're having the name, and you can see the text is automatically truncated, and it's also having that price details over there. Cool, now it's working perfectly. Okay, so then now what we need to do is wait a second, where is this flux is ending? So right now we are displaying the flux name and all those things. So where is our main flux is ending over here? Such justify content. This is where our flux inside we having the text and all those things. Okay, so this right after that what we need to do is we need to display our image. Right after here I need to display the image, so I'm just going to use the image from the Chakra UI, and that's the self-closing image. Okay, if you go through this here you can see the photo property. Where is that photo property? Here, if you open this photo property, inside the photo property we having the image, and we have large, medium, and lots of kinds of image over here, so you can use whatever the image you want. If I choose large, I have the URL for that image. Okay, so I'm going to fetch these informations. Go here, inside the image I'm just going to say object fit is going to be cover, and width I'm just fixing the width as 120 pixels only, and height I'm just going to say same 120 pixels, and rounded I'm going to say LG, and the source is going to be, open it, So place, that means in few things doesn't have an image, right? We can't expect every restaurant should have their own image. So in some cases you might receive an empty restaurant also. In that case, like, you need to replace it with your placeholder image. Okay, so place dot photo, if that photo, let me go here and copy this. If the photo is available, then display that photo URL, place dot photo dot images, because we're having this images inside this photo, we're having this images dot large. I'm going to use this large dot, and I'm going to copy this URL large dot URL. In case if that image is not available, I'm going to use this placeholder image. You can download you can copy the URL from the internet, any placeholder. So I just copied this randomly from the internet only. I'll search for food placeholder. I found this nice picture, and then I copy that URL and I'm feeding it over here. Okay, so if everything is working fine, now we should see our picture also. Look at that. Now we are seeing our picture too. Okay, but what is the problem is, it's not supposed to be I think this is should be inside over here. Perfect. Like this. It's supposed to be here only. Okay, so I made a mistake. So now here we having this text and we having this image for our restaurant. Look at that. As I said, few of the restaurants doesn't have this proper image feeds on all those things, that will be replaced with this placeholder. Cool, it's done. Now let's move on. And now what we need to do, we need to bring up the ratings and the price level of that restaurants. Let's go ahead and do that thing. Okay, so this is the main flex box, and where the images and loading. Inside this is the flex box is for our text container. Okay, cool, where we are loading our text and all those things. Wait a second, let me check those informations. This is for text. Okay, so right after that we need to bring the ratings and the, so where is that, this is the text details over in, and here we need to bring the ratings. So here I'm just going to create one more flex, and this is also going to be align items center, and width it's going to use full width. Inside this, first what we are going to do, we are going to bring the ratings. We are going to bring the ratings from where it is, from material, yeah, ratings. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to supply the ratings for these things. So size, we are going to use, what are the size it's available, small, medium only, so we'll use the small. And the value, actually we are going to get the ratings from where, you can see we have the ratings over here. Where is that ratings? Here, rating over here, we're having these ratings. We need to supply this rating, but actually it's a string. We need to supply it as a number. So I'm going to say number, pass that place dot rating as a number, and that should be only a read only. Save the changes, and now you can see that ratings over there. Cool, right? And now after this ratings, I need to display the what is the display, I need to display this particular reviews, total reviews, and this price level over there, right? So let's do that. So right after this thing, I'm going to bring that text. Inside here I'm going to display the number of reviews. the total number of reviews. I'm going to display it, and that is displayed inside a bracket. Okay, that's displayed inside a brackets. So what I need to do is I'm going to open the dynamic block of quotes and string literals and open the bracket. Inside here I'm going to wrap that thing. So place dot number underscore reviews. You can see reviews as number of here number of reviews. Copy that thing and paste it over here. That will be your text. And after this we are going to create one more text. That is going to be your price level. What is the level of price? Copy the price level. Where it is? Here it is. Copy the price level. Place dot price level. So let's add some styles for it. Okay, both are going to use the same styles only. So I'll add the alt key over here, and the font size it's going to be SM, and font weight it's going to be 500, and the color it's going to be gray 500. Okay, and for this second one I'm just going to say margin left it should be auto. Now if I save the changes, now we can see that it's having the reviews and it's also having the price level. Then now what we need to do, we need to bring the what is this? I'm not sure. Oh, this is the ranking. I'm sorry, that's the ranking. We need to bring the ranking, and after that we need to bring whether that shop is opened or closed. We need to bring that information. Okay, so right after this flex box, now what we need to do, we need to bring the ranking. So that is just a text box. Text. So place dot, you can find the ranking, copy it and paste it here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same styles only. So let me copy it from here, copy it. Instead of gray 500, I'm going to use gray 400. Okay, and right after this I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste here. What is that? It's status, open status, open status, whether it is opened or not. Open status. Instead of ranking, what we are going to do, we are going to display open now text. Where it is open now text. Where are you? Here it is, open now text. Copy that, paste it is. Okay, so this is going to be 600. Save the changes, and now you can see that information's over here, ranking and the shop status. Currently it's early morning 4:45, so it's showing closed. Everything is closed now. Cool. Then what we need to do, and we need to bring this that what are the like options they are providing, the dietary restrictions and all those things they are providing. If you go here, and they having the dietary restrictions, dietary, where is that dietary restrictions? Here. And that's an array of objects. Inside that array of objects they are having the name. We are going to use that name and that thing. Okay, so what we are going to do is, so right after this text box here we are going to bring that dietary options, dietary dietary restrictions in that restaurants. Okay, so not every restaurants will have, a few of them will have, so we need to condition render it. So if the place, okay, dot, it has this dietary restrictions, okay, and then we are rendering this component. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say flex, 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 and this flex is going to use the width. Width is going to be full, and it should flex wrap because sometimes it can't fit properly inside it. It should automatically wrap the content instead of expanding the box. So few boxes over here, it will come two more line, not here, none of them are available. Okay, so few boxes will come in a two lines, more than two lines or something, so that should not expand the box, so that should wrap its content automatically and it should come to the next line. That's why we are using the flex wrap. Okay, inside this I'm going to render, so place dot dietary restrictions dot map, open it, and it's going to take the data along with its index and an arrow 6 component, open it, and here I'm going to render a batch. If you search for batch component in Chakra UI, if you search for batch over here, you can see it's having lots of styles over here. You can choose whatever the style you wish to have. In my case, I'm going to use the teal. If you search for color schemas, there are different color schemes over there. These are the color schemes you can use. Whatever the scheme you wish, you can use it from here. These are different color schemes. In that, we are going to use the teals because that go perfectly with our design. Okay, so feel free and go ahead and play around with these settings, and you can use your own settings for your theme settings over here. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to import the batch from the Chakra UI, and that is going to be closed properly. And inside here, we are going to display that data n dot name, because inside the dietary restrictions we having this name, we are going to display that name, and I'm going to give few customization. The color scheme for this is going to be teal. I'm going to use the teal color scheme, and the cursor I'm going to use, it's going to be pointer equals pointer, and the key in it, absolutely it will ask for key, that is going to be your index, and that should be the dynamic block index. And the margin I'm going to use 1 in all the corners, and the font size I'm just going to say as 10. Save the changes, and that will display the information. Look at that, as I said, it's coming two more lines, so that's why it's automatically wrapped properly. And see, it doesn't have the dietary restrictions anything, that's why it's not displaying. So we should render it, condition render it properly. So before working on this API, you should understand what this data and all those things it's having, and you need to go through at least 5 to 10 details properly. Then only you can came to know what is there and what is not there. Uh, all the informations as you need. Okay, so right after that, what we're having, and yeah, at last we're having only this information. That's our address details that we need to load. Where we need to load, we need to load after this image, and after this image we having one flex box, and right here we need to condition render our address. So open it, place dot, if place question mark dot, where is that data, address, search for address, here it is, copy this address. If it is having that address, place dot address, and open it, we need to bring that flex box. Okay, we need to bring that flex box, close it, enter. Okay, and this is going to be align items center, and width is going to be full, not fit content, full, and px, padding x and y axis, x axis it's going to be 1, and margin bottom we need to have some space margin, both an x and y axis, sorry, in top and bottom we need some space, so that's why. And I'm going to bring the IO location icon. This is from React icons, so I'm going to import the React icons, import from React icons slash IO5, and I'm going to load IO location IO location icon. That's the icon we are going to use. So where is it? Here, IO location, and then self close it properly. And the font size, it's going to be 20, and the color, it's going to be gray color. Okay, and right after here we are going to bring the text from the chakra component text, and it should be truncated properly, is truncated. And the font size, it should be small enough. Then font weight, it's going to be, what we can say, 500. And the color, we can say gray, uh gray dot 700. And the margin left, because from the icon we need some space, margin left 1. And here I'm going to display the address, place dot address. Save the changes, and that should display the address just like this. Look at that. Now if you're zooming in, and it's loading the skeleton properly, and it's trying to fetch the information, and that it's fetched the informations perfectly. Cool. It's working perfectly. Now if I click this, nothing is happening. Okay, because we need to do that filtering now. What I need to do is I need to apply the filters for all these lists and all those things. That's what we are going to do next. Okay, so let's do it.